Last time on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Excuse me. Well, safe to say it was quite an interesting show, to say the least. So, let's see if we can win a whole lot more money tonight on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sunday night at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Well, hang on, we gotta do this. Because of course we do. Yeah, Sunday night it was quite the interesting show. If I do say so myself. We won a lot of money, $439,000. So that wasn't too shabby, but I think. Excuse me, we haven't won $1,000,000 just yet on this show, so hopefully we'll be able to win at least $1,000,000 on this show here tonight. Imagine if we can too. Yeah, I'm just doing this. I don't know why I'm doing all this now, but why not? I'm not going to have time later anyway to do it, so yeah. Okay, so let's get into the game right away. So here's how this is going to work. We are just 15 questions away from winning $1,000,000. We've got 3 lifelines, 50-50, well, 4 lifelines, 50-50. Ask the audience, we can phone a friend, or we could switch the question. Now, up until the $32,000 mark, we can use Googler, just like the Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire specials when they just used, all the, all the celebrities for help. That's basically what this is. So, yeah, if you want to play along with us at home, log on to rvn.com and click on the Who Wants to Be, or click on the Game Shows tab, find Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you'll see how to play right then and there. So, if we're ready to play, audience, are we ready to play? Okay, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Here we go for $100. Whoops. What name is given to a moneylender who charges extremely high rate of interest? Loan shark, lone whale, lone dolphin, lone squid. Lone shark, I think, right? Lone shark. Got it for $100. Here we go now for $200. In which U.S. city is a famous theater area known as Broadway? Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, New York. That is New York. Final answer. Got it for $200. Here we go now for $300. Which of these is a slang term for a nervous wreck? Suitcase, hard case, pencil case, basket case. That is basket case. Final answer. Got it for $300. Here we go now for $500. Which town in New Mexico is allegedly the site of a UFO crash landing in 1947? Roswell, Boswell, Coswell, Doswell. That is Roswell. Final answer. Got it for $500. Here we go now for $1,000. Which of these is there only one of in the human body? Lung, tonsil, pupil, pancreas. That is, of course, tonsil. Final answer. And we got it for $1,000. Wait! Hold on! Stop! Pancreas? Hang on. How many pancreas are there? Okay, well, how many tonsils does the human body have? 6! 4 sets of No way. So when they're taking out tonsils, they take out like 5? What the hell? How am I now just figuring this out? Like, that's what I want to know. Gosh, well, let's try it again. Let's play. Maybe I am an idiot. Who knows? Which of these is a small animal related to the squirrel? Chipmunk, cracker nun, toast priest, bread bishop. That is a chipmunk. Final answer. Got it for 100. Here we go now for 200. Who was the first president of the United States? Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt. That is George Washington. Final answer. And we got it for 200. Here we go now for 300. How many legs does an arachnid have? 4, 6, 8, 10. Well, let's see. How many legs does an arachnid have?
According to
Okay,
Wikipedia,
that's what I thought, but you know, I wanted to make sure before I lost a lot of money. Final answer. That's right for 300. Here we go for 500. The Manx is a tailless variety of which animal? Elephant, dog, cat, horse. The Manx. Cat. Final answer. Got it for 500. Here we go now for 1,000. Jane Porter was the girlfriend of which fictional strongman? The Hulk, Tarzan, Conan, Thor. Jane Porter. Tarzan. Final answer. Got it for $1,000. Shoot, sorry. Here we go. This is for $2,000. What is the name of the Agatha Christie sleuth who lives in the village of St. Mary Mead? Mrs. Marple, Miss Marple, Lady Martle, Mistress Marple. That is Miss Marple. Final answer. Got it for $2,000. It's for 4,000. Which of these people would most likely have their work covered by a cloche? Fashion designer, painter, plumber, chef. Well, what is a cloche? I think I know it, but come on. For protecting outdoor plants. Okay, so that would be... No, that still doesn't help. Oh, it's one of those things. Okay. Well, it's a chef then. Final answer. Got it for $4,000. Whoa! There you go for $8,000. What does the word loquacious mean? Lazy, nimble, talkative, boring. Loquacious. Loquacious. Talkative. There you go. Final answer. Got it for $8,000. It's for $16,000. In which U.S. city is there a full-scale replica of the Parthenon? Atlanta, Nashville, Richmond, Louisville. Full-scale replica of the Parthenon. Nashville, Tennessee. There you go. Final answer. Got it for $16,000. There we go. This is for $32,000. What is the name given to the sensitive flesh under a fingernail? Fast, quick, rapid, speed. Let's phone a friend, see if they know. Are you freaking kidding me? See, Phone a Friend doesn't become very helpful until at least $16,000 in this game. Flesh under fingernail. No, not flush. Flesh. No, that's still not right. Fast, quick, rapid, speed. This is very unhelpful. Quick, there you go. God bless America. Finally, geez Louise. Quick, final answer. Got it for $32,000. My goodness. Well, we've got $32,000. We are just 5 questions away from winning $1 million. Still three of our lifelines left. However, now we can only use Googler one time the rest of the game. So, yeah, I know that is sad, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll be able to get up to the $1 million. We'll see. We'll take a break. We'll try to when we come back. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Alrighty. Well, let's get back into this game. Right now, we are just 5 questions away from winning $1 million. Incidentally, coming up later on tonight after the show, we will have Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a thrilling game Thursday night. Came down to the last 0.3 of a second. And, yeah, that was all Indiana needed to win the game. So, yeah, let's get back to this game, though. We'll see how long it takes us to win $1 million. Hopefully, it won't quite be in that short amount of time, but we'll see what happens. Let's play! Here we go. Sorry, I was just getting readjusted here. There we go. This is for $64,000. What is a gymnastics discipline for both men and women? Which of these is a gymnastics discipline for both men and women? Okay, floor exercises, beam, rings, pommel horse. I am not sure, so we're going to ask the audience. Okay, audience, we need your help. On your keypads, using A, B, C, or D, vote now. Well, 37% said floor exercises, 27% said rings. I was thinking floor exercises initially, but I really wasn't 100% sure on that, so I'm going to go with floor exercises. Final answer. Got it for $64,000. It's for $125,000. Which of these chemical elements is a halogen? Argon, sulfur, nitrogen, fluorine. Well, we're going to have to use the 50-50 here. Okay, 50-50. Please take away 2 of the wrong answers, leaving us with 1 wrong answer and the correct one. Ding, argon, fluorine. I'm going to guess fluorine. Final answer. You got it for $125,000. Woo! My goodness. 3 away from $1 million. Here it is for $250,000. Which word means a white Italian wine? Bianca. Banco. Bianco. Blanco. Well, that's a Spanish word for it. And Banco is bank. So it would, well, it's either Bianca or Bianco. I'm leaning more towards Bianca, but... Well, here's the thing. We have got $250,000. We still have a Googler. We still have Switch the Question. If we get this wrong, we'll lose $93,000, taking us back down to 32. I think I'm not going to switch the question. I guessed on the last one, and there's more money at stake, so I'm not going to... We're just going to ask Googler what it is. Okay. Italian word for white wine. Bianco. Okay. Well, thank God we didn't go for it. Bianco. Final answer. Got it for $250,000. Here we go. 2 away from $1 million. Still have Switch the Question left, but here it is for $500,000. Which of the following is the name of an ancient district of Greece? Edna, Ethel, Doris, Betty. Well, when I first saw the question and saw the choices pop up, I thought it was Ethel. I gotta be honest with you, but I am really not confident about that at all. So I think we're going to switch the question. Okay. We're going to switch the question. Which of the following is the name of an ancient city in Greece? Ancient district. Ancient district in Greece. Oh. Ethel, wait, hang on. Nope. Ethel is not a... Okay, well, we know that was incorrect, so we'll just say that. All right, computer, can we please have another question valued at $500,000? What position did Fletcher Christian hold on the HMS Bounty? Midshipman, boatswain, master's mate, purser. Okay, I am not 100% certain on this, so we're just going to have to walk away. We're going to walk away with $250,000. Holy cow. Okay, so that is our final answer. Now, had we had gone for it, first of all, I think we've had this question beforehand, but I genuinely do not remember what the answer was to it. And I think it was midshipman, if I had to go for it. Oh, it was master's mate. Thank God we walked away. $250,000. That is a lot of money. Hey, we're off to a great start. $250,000 in cash. It was a little risky earlier on, but you know what? Hey, we recovered very, very well. The winning doesn't stop now, because when we come back, we're going to have more of Millionaire. Hopefully big wins, maybe even $1 million. Let's see if we can even get that. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Shoot. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Well, $250,000, but we've got a lot more money to give away. So here we go. Let's play for $100. What does a rhinoceros have on its nose? Dashboard, turn signal, lights, horn. That is a horn. Final answer. And we got it for $100. Here we go for $200. Checkmate is a term used in which board game? Checkers, chess, backgammon, parcheesi. That is chess. Final answer. And we got it for $200. Here we go now for $300. Which name for a young animal is also a name for a part of the body? Kid, calf, chick, lamb. That is calf. Final answer. And we got it for $300. Here we go now for $500. Which of these best describes a person who is abnormally anxious about their health? Hypocrite, hypnotist, hypotenuse, hypochondriac. That is hypochondriac. Final answer. Got it for $500. Here we go for $1,000. The Latin term for human is homo blank. Saplings, sapphire, sapiens, Saracen. That is sapiens. Final answer. Got it for $1,000. Alrighty, here we go. This is for $2,000. A standard game of 10-pin bowling is comprised of 10 what? Frames, sets, legs, rounds. That is frames. Final answer. Got it for $2,000. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's for $4,000. What should Muslims do between sunrise and sunset during Ramadan? Pray, fast, sleep, remain silent. I'm going to guess pray. Final answer. Ah, damn. It was fast. Darn it. Well, let's try again. Let's see if we can win a lot more. For $100, let's play. Which animal is the national emblem of the United States? Mountain lion, grizzly bear, bald eagle, plains buffalo. That is bald eagle. Final answer. Got it for $100. Here we go for $200. What is the largest city in the state of Illinois? Detroit, Philadelphia, Nashville, Chicago. That is Chicago. Final answer. Got it for $200. Here we go now for $300. Which of these is most likely to be stored for sale in a lumber yard? Paint, bricks, stone, timber. That is timber. Final answer. Got it for $200 or $300, however much. What is the catchphrase of the cartoon character Roadrunner? Ring ring, toot toot, beep beep, ding ding. That is beep beep. Final answer. Oh, no way! Oh, I did not do that, did I? I knew it was beep beep, but somehow I ended up pressing ding ding. I don't know how, but I'm a ding ding for that. Let me drink my ding ding douche, or ding ding juice. All right, we'll try it again. Here we go for $100. What is the capital of the United States? New York City, Boston, Chicago, Washington, D.C. That is Washington, D.C. Final answer. Got it for 100. Here we go now for 200. What is a tennis match with 2 players on each side called? Duos, pairs, twins, doubles. That is doubles. Final answer. Got it for 200. Here we go for 300. Which of these U.S. states is landlocked? Oregon, Louisiana, New Hampshire, Arkansas. I believe it's New Hampshire. Final answer. Oh! Really? Hang on. We gotta look at the U.S. map. U.S. map. Oh, crap. Arkansas is landlocked. Dang it! Because I knew Mississippi and Alabama weren't. Are you serious? Well, let's try again. For the 3rd time in a row. Go for $100. In which month is Thanksgiving celebrated in the U.S.? February, May, August, November. November. Final answer. Got it for $100. Here we go now for 200. Jordan is a country found in which region? In which region, sorry. Middle North, Middle South, Middle East, Middle West. That is the Middle East. Final answer. Got it for 300. Here we go now for 500. How many holes are there on a standard golf course? Oh, 300. That's how much we're going for. 12, 15, 16, 18. That is 18. Final answer. Got it for $300. Here we go for 500. What kind of drink is a latte macchiato? Sour ale, mulled wine, coffee with milk, or hot chocolate? That is coffee with milk. Final answer. Got it for $500. Here we go for 1,000. Whoops, sorry. Captain Jean-Luc Picard was a character on which TV show? Star Trek The Next Generation, Battlestar Galactica, Doctor Who, The X-Files. Jean-Luc Picard. Jean-Luc Picard. Oh, that looks like Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek. Final answer. Next Generation. Got it for $1,000. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go for $2,000. Dun, dun, bum, 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 bum. Welcome back, everybody, to Millionaire. We just won $1,000. We're 10 questions away from winning $1 million, so let's play. Here we go. It's for $100. Oh, wait, no, for $2,000. What the hell am I saying? Okay, here we go. Sorry. Next question. Which of these U.S. cities is a state capital? New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Atlanta. Okay, it is Atlanta. Final answer. Got it for $2,000. It's for $4,000. What car manufacturer makes the Forester SUV? Suzuki, Subaru, Fiat, Ford. That is Subaru. Final answer. Got it for $4,000. It's for $8,000. What sort of sauce is a bechamel sauce? White, meat, tomato, mushroom. Wait, bechamel sauce. Lasagna with bechamel sauce. Yum. Yum, yum. Looks like a mushroom type of sauce. Should we try it? Oh no, wait, final answer. I don't know what I'm doing. Got it for $8,000. There you go. This is for $16,000. In what city was the Prophet Muhammad born? Good question. Jerusalem, Medina, Mecca, Damascus. Let's phone a friend. No, let's maybe not do that. Yeah, sure, what the hell. Phone a friend. C, final answer. Got it for $16,000. We're cruising right along. Here it is for $32,000. What is the 12th and last sign in the zodiac year? Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer. I'm pretty sure it's Pisces, but let me look it up. Last sign in the zodiac year. Pisces. Final answer. Got it for $32,000. Alrighty, here we go. We're going for $64,000, and here it is. Whoops, that's not right either. There we go. Islet is a major port in which country? Syria, Egypt, Israel, Tunisia. Well, I try and look at the word itself and then kind of determine where I think its origin could be, but I don't think that's going to help me very much here, if I'm being honest. So, I am going to ask the audience. Okay, audience, we need your help. On your keypads using A, B, C, or D, vote now. Okay, so 34% said Israel, 27% said Egypt. Oh, let's go with the slight majority and go with Israel. Final answer. Got it for $64,000. It's for $125,000. In which of these events are you allowed to wear a glove? Hammer, discus, javelin, shot put. I'm going to use the 50-50. Okay, computer, please take away 2 of the wrong answers, leaving us with just 1 wrong answer and the correct one. Hammer or javelin? I'm going to say hammer. Final answer. Got it for $125,000. Here we go, $250,000. Let's do this. What name is given to a young hare? Kitten, whelp, leveret, pup. Okay. I've got it narrowed down to 2, but we're going to have to use Googler for this one. So, name given to young hare. Nope. Leverett. Okay, I had it narrowed down to one of the... Well, that was one of the options of the two. I was thinking that or whelp. So I'll go Leverett. Final answer. Pew, pew, pew. Got it for $250,000. Oh, baby. Here we go. This is for $500,000. What ancient mathematician was killed by a Roman soldier during the siege of Syracuse? I am not 100% sure. I think I know it. But I'm not sure enough to risk $218,000. So we are going to switch the question. Okay, we're going to switch the question. Okay. Come on. Well, since it took us so long for the theme to pop up, we're actually going to see what the answer is when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. So we have decided we are going to switch the question. Which ancient mathematician was killed by a Roman soldier? Mathematician killed by a Roman soldier. I thought it was Euclid. Oh, it was Archimedes, or however you say his name. So we are going to switch the question. Computer, please give us another question valued at $500,000, please. Which birds belong to the order Strigiformes? Eagles, owls, geese, pigeons. I am not sure, so we're going to walk away with $250,000. Okay, so we have decided we're going to walk away. Yeah. Woo! Okay, so had we had to guess, I would have gone with geese. Oh, it was owls. Thank God we walked away. $32,000. Nicely done by us. Okay, well, let's play a brand new game. Let's do this. Let's play. Here we go for $100. Which of these is an informal name for the little finger? Orangey, purpley, pinky, greeny. That is pinky. Final answer. That is right for $100. Here we go now for $200. How many wheels are there on a tricycle? 1, 2, 3, 5. That is 3. Final answer. Got it for $200. Here we go now for $300. What name is given to the area you bowled the ball down in a 10-pin bowling? Road, lane, ditch, freeway. That is a lane. Final answer. Got it for $300. Here we go now for $500. What was the name of the magician in the court of King Arthur? Prospero, Beowulf, Excalibur, Merlin. Okay, it's Merlin. Final answer. Got it for $500. Here we go now for $1,000. What is the name for unedited prints of a film meant for immediate viewing? Runs, rushes, races, rallies. That is runs. Final answer. Oh, are you serious? It's not runs like a run through? That's suspicious. I must say so myself. Well, let's play for $100. We're almost out of time here, so. Which of these is a common phrase used to describe a dull person? Muddy buddy, ruddy fluddy, suddy cuddy, fuddy duddy. Fuddy duddy, final answer. Got it for $100. Here we go now for $200. What are successful university students awarded upon completion of their studies? Angle, radius, circumference, degree. That is degree. Final answer. Got it for $200. Here we go now for $300. On which TV show do housemates nominate each other for eviction? Big Brother, The Amazing Race, The Voice, Family Feud. Now, if this show was done correctly, it would be an audience vote. But no, it's Big Brother. Final answer. Got it for 300. Here we go now for 500. In which country is Hebrew an official language? India, Israel, Italy, Indonesia. That is Israel. Final answer. Got it for 500. Here we go for 1,000. Which fictional character has been played on screen by Sean Connery and Roger Moore? Lawrence of Arabia, James Bond, Indiana Jones, Batman. That is James Bond. Final answer. Got it for $1,000. Boom! My God. Okay, we'll just go for $2,000. Let's go. Here we go for $2,000. Which Rodin bronze is of a naked man with his head on his hand? Which Rodin bronze is of a naked... There we go. On Reflection, The Thinker, Introspection, The Contemplative. Well, I'm making the same pose right now that Rodin has with that bronze. I'm doing it right now. I know, funny stuff. But anyway, that is going to be B, The Thinker. Final answer. Got it for $2,000. Okay, 9 questions away from winning $1 million. Ooh! That sound means we are out of time for this evening, but join us back here Tuesday night at 8 p.m. 7 Central right here on RVN. Make sure you join us for that. Tonight we won a grand total of $501,000. That is a lot of money. So that when we add it to all the money we've won so far this season here on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, that is a grand total of $1,788,000. Like I said, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time. Good night.